science, the universe, and a smooth talking mofo. That's right. This is the audiobook review of Astrophysics for people in a hurry. Welcome to Dro Talks, and as you heard from the intro, today we're going to be talking about Astrophysics for people in a hurry. This book was written by Neil deGrasse Tyson and narrated by Neil deGrasse Tyson. And to be honest with you, I love that. Neil deGrasse Tyson is famous for his smooth talking mofo type voice. And let me tell you, listening to this on audiobook was a real treat. I love the way he brought every page of his book to life. It was like watching Cosmos, but in your mind's eye, which only Neil deGrasse Tyson could do it in the way that was done. So for those of you that are in a hurry, that don't have the time to listen to a 5-minute video, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now that I recommend this book. Neil deGrasse Tyson opens up with just a summary of the state of the world and this reemergence of interest in science, technology, and most importantly, the universe and our place in it. He also goes on to explain how, although this reemergence has come to be, and how there's a new group, a large group of people that are just treating physicists like celebrities, which in my opinion is the way it should be. He also acknowledges that not all of us have nor the time nor the resources to pursue a doctorate in astrophysics. So he made this book targeted at that audience, those who are both interested in learning more about the fundamentals and the way the universe works, and those of us who are in a hurry. So, accurate to its title, Neil deGrasse Tyson delivers. So let's start with the story. The story is just as that chapter titles it, right? The greatest story ever told. It's the story about us, about everything that we know, everything that we don't know, and what we are doing to get there, to get to that almighty solution. And it's just amazing. It's a story filled with mystery. It's a story filled with intrigue. And you just realize that every technology that we have in today and every technology that's going to come in the future is thanks to the effort of so many people before us. So where this audiobook really picks up is just the back and forth it does, the real distinct definitions it gives on the mechanics on what is our universe, what we know, how we got there. You talk about the physical lights, the visible lights that we can see, and how we discovered that there's more beyond that. That the hubris, that's a Neil deGrasse Tyson word there, by the way. I mean, he didn't really make up that word, but he used it, and I've never seen it used before in that way. But anyways, it was a good word. So the hubris of humanity that just really, we had this new technology, we had these new ways of looking at the universe, but it never occurred to us that the universe could be emitting something that is not seen within these two eyes right here. But once we got over ourselves and we started looking at the universe in different ways, did it start telling us some stories? Did we start proving conclusions that before that were just theoretical? And don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of theoretical stuff out there. Ever since listening to this book, I just started paying more attention onto the comings and goings of our universe, what it has to offer. Neil deGrasse Tyson, not related to this book, mentioned a lot that every amazing once in 150 year lifetime event is not really that amazing. It is for us because we only see it once in 150 years, but 150 years is a blink of an eye when you're talking about the age of the universe itself, the age of the universe that we know. So those quantities really kind of make you humble in a way. You really understand that the world is a lot bigger than any of us, and it, at least to me, it brings some sort of reflection back to you. And that's kind of the theme through the whole book. The book is really talking about how the universe applies to you, how the universe applies to your neighbor, how the universe applies to all of us. There's great jokes about gravity, great jokes about the universe don't need to make sense to you, and it really doesn't. Just talking about all the stuff that we don't know and how we are currently, I love saying we, like, I'm actually on the front lines with these guys. But, I purchased their audiobook, so, in some way I fund them. That way they can continue working. So, yes, we are still exploring these solutions. So, I mean, it is a great time to be alive. That's all I can say. So, final verdict on the story? Well, that is 5 out of 5. Enough said. It is the greatest story ever told. I think I said that this is the 4th time I've said that. So, 5 out of 5. Narration. Oh my God. Narration. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson. I mean, if you haven't heard him speak, I mean, by means, just get the book just so you can hear the guy talk. It's like Morgan Freeman telling you a story about the universe. It's an experience all in itself. But it's not just his voice. I would be selling him way short if I were just to say his voice makes the narration what it is. It's more than that. You can really feel the love, the commitment, the passion he has for this subject material as he talks about it, as he's conveying to you what the universe is, what he knows about it, what he doesn't know about it. It's his passion that really transmits from his microphone all the way out to you. So, I mean, the narration is by all means top notch. So, what's the verdict on narration? Well, again, 5 out of 5. It's just, he's that good. What can I say? 5 out of 5. So let's talk about listenability. So as I mentioned earlier, I've listened to this book twice already. And this is very much one of those books that you'll listen to more than once. It's so high paced, it's so entertaining. It's actually the length of the book, which I believe is about 6 hours, actually is one of its strengths. It covers just enough of every subject to really keep you intrigued. But with that said, I was not dying to read this book once I finished it. It is the story of the universe, which, is the greatest story ever told. But there are no characters to identify with. I did not miss anyone from outside of this book. So definitely, it was not in comparison with some of the greatest audiobooks out there, which it's just really, it ends and you press pause before you hear that, thank you for listening title, and you jump all the way back just to hear some of your favorite parts. You jump around, you listen to it again right off the bat. So it's definitely not there. So for listenability, I would give this a 3 out of 5. So in conclusion, I highly recommend this book, as I said at the very beginning of this video. It's amazing. It's well worth your time. I really enjoyed it. I think you will really enjoy it. I think anyone would really enjoy this book. There's probably a select minor few that would not. And, everyone has different tastes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I can assure you that at the very least, you will walk out after listening to this book a little bit smarter. So on overall score, this book is a 4 out of 5. Highly recommended. Go out, get this book, purchase it, download it. I have no doubt that the written version is just as good. So do whatever you got to do, but get this book in you now. So this has been Dro Talks. Thank you for listening. Hit that like if you liked, subscribe, hit that bell to get notified, and we'll see you next time.